Hello, Barnsley Dronefly here, making this little video because somebody recently watches my YouTube channels wanted to know how I edit my video and what programs I use. I only use Luma Fusion. There's lots out there, but that's the one that I use. But they wanted to know how I did a tilt shift in one of my videos. If you don't know what tilt shift is, it's where you blur out the edges and make things look a little bit like Toy Town. I've only ever done this once, so I'm going to see if I can remember how you do it. I've not got any fancy equipment to do a fancy video, so I'm just doing it on my iPad on screen record. So let's get on with them. Right, Luma Fusion, start up Luma Fusion. Need to add a new project, so in the left bottom hand corner, the blue one you can see, you press that. You press the one next to it to start a project. It says create new project, next to it, plus button, so click that. So now you've got a new project. You can name it and do what you want, blah, blah, blah. I always do mine in 16.9, I think, ratio, and 25 to 30 frames per second. Right, so whatever you've got up on your Luma Fusion, I've got this little clip here, what I did earlier. That's just loading up. Now you can see your time bars there. You move that up and down to crop your video to see what part you want to use. Obviously I don't want to use all of this video, so I'm just going to crop it down to just say about there. Okay, so all I need to do now is just drag and drop that into my timeline. So that's what I'm going to use. Okay. Let's bring it to the beginning. Right, first thing we need to do with this is blur it. What you can do is over exaggerate it. So if you double click on it, you've got your colour presets there. So you want to over exaggerate the colours. So if you click on original, that brings up all your, as you must know, where you want to change your lighting and your contrast, etc, etc. Right. So what you want to do is bring up your saturation and really over saturate it. Bring up your vibrance as well. That needs to be over exaggerated. Lots of things you can do. Bring your brightness up or down. I'll bring up just a little bit. So once you've done that, click back. So this is now is the video that we've got. Oversaturated. That's fine, that's how you want it. So what you want to do next is make an exact copy of this. But the first thing you need to do is blur all this. So double click again, and if you go up to the top, see what looks like a little teardrop or a little raindrop in the middle, click on that and it brings this, I don't know how you pronounce it, something blur. So click on the first one and you can see it's blurred it. It can really blur it out or really bring it back down to normal. You don't want to blur it too much. So the recommendation is roughly between, I don't know, 5 and 10 or something like that. So we'll leave it at 6. So that's fine, that's your first one. So what you want to do now is click back at the top arrow, and there you've got your clip. So if you play that now, you see how blurred that is. It's just exactly what you want. Right, what you need to do next is make an exact copy of that what you just blurred. So you need to duplicate it. So if you go down on your bottom, I'm not explaining that plus box, which is 1, 2, 3, the fourth one from your left at the bottom. That's the duplicate. If you can see, there's another thing that looks like it. So you click on that, duplicate. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4. Click on that. And that's duplicated. That means you've got 2 now on your timeline, the exact same ones. Right. Now the bottom one is always going to remain blurred. It's the top one now that you need to concentrate on. So if you double tap on your top one, that brings that up. Okay, now you've still got the same image. Now underneath all the squares you can see the first not original and the second not original 5. Now you want the top one, click on that, and you can change all your brightness. Unclick it again. Okay, so what we're going to do now is with the top one, you want to bring back to the original. And it's not done it, sorry. Let's go back. Double click it again. The top one's the original, so we need to, I don't remember how to do it now, sorry. Sorry, go back on the teardrops. So we went back on the teardrops, on the original. And bring the radius down. So sorry about that. Like I say, it's a long time since I remember how to do it, so if you bring it back up, it goes up, but you need to bring that all the way back down to the bottom. Right, so now you've got your original. Now the next thing you need to do, we need to get rid of all this and crop it. So if you go right down to the bottom, you can see that square. You need to click on that. And now this comes up. Your fit mode, your cropping, your size and position. What you want is your cropping. So click on cropping. Right, got your left, top, right, bottom, edge softness, and corner radius. Okay. Now, if I scroll across with the left, you can see that the bottom line, not the top one, the bottom one is coming through now. I know I'm explaining it all crap, but I'll try my best. So bring that up as much as you want. Same with the right, bring the right in. Top, bring the top down. Bottom, bring the bottom up. Now if we take a quick look at that, we can play it now. What the full screen. You can see how it's starting to blur it out, but you can still see a box if you notice. Other than that, go back. So what we need to do, go on cropping again, we need to soften the edges. So we soften the corners a little bit. Bring that down a bit, bring that across a bit. So basically, it's up to your own personal preference what you like. So if I have a quick look at this on full screen, and play it, you can see how this looks a little bit like Titan. It's just a funny little effect you can play with. Like I said, I've not explained it very well. There's some good YouTube videos out there where you can sit down and go all the way through. But basically, that's what it makes it look like. You can make it look a lot better than that, but it's just a bit of fun, isn't it? Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this video. We'll leave it at that. Thanks for watching.